Hey everyone, my name is Charles. My wife Gabby and I are the primary developers at Crookedfoot Studio. We wanted to give a quick look into who we are and the game we're making, Who Summoned It, a point-and-click deductive mystery game we've been developing in Godot. You could consider this our first devlog, and if there's interest I'd be happy to make more. None of this is anything I'd recommend you do or not do if you're making a game yourself. Just our personal experience as indie developers making our first game. First, a tour of our state-of-the-art office. We work from home so that we can be harassed by our pets all day. This one is Birdie. She sleeps here beside me, and when she sheds, her fur flies directly into my computer. I do most of the writing and backgrounds, as well as the mystery and puzzle design. I draw in Clip Studio Paint. I work on a 12-year-old Wacom tablet that I swear is just as good as any of the new ones. I write my embarrassing rough drafts in Obsidian, where no one can see them, then move them into a shared Google document when they're ready to be edited and put into the game. Any audio we need captured is done with this Audio-Technica AT2020 and a Focusrite Scarlett. That includes things like sound effects and voice noises for our characters, as well as recordings such as this one. I just put a blanket over it to get a better sound environment. Don't make fun of my fake plants. The sun doesn't reach my desk and I don't go outside, so this is my only chance to experience nature. That is a door. It can't open because we put our desk in front of it. No one knows what's behind it. On the other side, we have Gabby, who is our character artist, animator, programmer, and composed the game's music. She has arranged a horde of plushies that face my desk to intimidate me while I work. She also works in Clip Studio for drawing and animating, and has embraced the future and uses an XP pen tablet. She composes the music using LMMS and the lab's free instrument library. We started working on Who Summoned It over a year ago. It originated as an entry for a game jam. We purposely designed something that required little programming because computers are difficult and make me angry. Thankfully, we had a good friend who was able to help with the foundation of code that allowed us to focus on art, design, and writing. We enjoyed making it so much, we decided to take 3 months to turn it into a full-fledged game. 18 months later, it's nearly a full-fledged game. Once again, our friend assisted us with the essential boost of providing a foundation of code for us to build on. After some time, Gabby learned some of the basics and was able to start implementing features herself. We took the basic concept of our game jam game and added layers to it. We expanded the map into a whole kingdom. We took a huge amount of clues that were all contained in dialogue and brought them into the environment to be seen instead of told to you, as well as special powers you discover that add interesting context to how you find these clues. We implemented a word collecting and fill in the blank system for solving mysteries, inspired by Return of the Obra Dinn and Case of the Golden Idol. This is a system I've always really enjoyed because it allows the player more agency to determine what's important without completely leaving them in the dark. Then we expanded the world, lore, characters, and chain of events into a huge tangled story that all feeds into the big mystery. That's where we are today, continuing to develop and flesh out the world, making sure the logic is sound for every puzzle and conversation, and polishing up everything we can manage. On a side note, you may be like me and have watched many indie devs talking about how they got started, and at some point they casually mention their 20 years of working in the game industry. Then I compare it to myself, who has trouble downloading mods for Minecraft, and it can be disheartening. You also might not have a friend who can get the programming started like we did. I won't downplay it, having that resource available was invaluable, but after coming as far as we have now, I'll say that you can do a lot with simple ideas. You don't need to know how to cook every dish in the world before you can make a really good grilled cheese. If I had the perspective I do now, I would have started doing game dev a long time ago, even as an individual. I hope this was at least a little interesting or provided some insight to anyone considering doing some game dev themselves in any capacity. In the future, I'd be happy to go more in depth about our art, writing, and design process, or whatever you may be interested in. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back again someday. And be sure to wishlist Who Summoned It on Steam.